In the Forms area in EXEMPTAX, we can edit accepted tax forms, validation rules, and expiration terms. Let's go ahead and get started by clicking on the expiration period button. In this field, we can set the number of days prior a form will be considered expiring, giving us a buffer period to reach out to customers to obtain renewed exemption certificates. We can also go ahead and adjust the validity period of a specific tax form by clicking on the respective link in the form expiration term column. Once we click on the link, we will have the ability to set various expiration thresholds. Please note that by default, all expiration periods for forms are set to end of calendar year as a default conservative setting. In continuing, we can also go ahead and choose whether to accept a specific tax form. One may do so by clicking on the links under the form status column and choosing either active or inactive. Now that we've gone over the high-level basics, let's go ahead and get into form-specific rules by clicking on a specific form link on the form revision column. In continuing with our form from the Queues area, we selected the California Resale Certificate form. Similar to the certificates processing area, we will find form-specific fields on the left and a copy of the form on the right. One may notice that rule-specific fields have already been set. These are referred to as default rules and come standard on every EXEMPTAX account. While default rules may suffice for most companies without modification, certain specific validation processes may be tweaked for individual tax scenarios. Let's go ahead and click field number 5, description of property to be purchased for resale as an example. We can see that the field is by default set to required, but should we want to customize this, we can make this field optional, as well as disqualifier, meaning that a form will get rejected in the validation process if a value is in this field. Lastly, we can also go ahead and set it as conditional, which brings about many options. In continuing, let's go ahead and select conditional and click on the plus sign to add a disqualifier rule for a specific field. In this rule, we will say that we will reject any California resale certificate that doesn't contain the word books in the description of property. Please note this is just an example scenario. With EXEMPTAX, you as a business have the ability to set thousands of customizable rules to your liking to streamline validation processes. In the rules area, we can also go ahead and set customizable rules for when authentication may or may not be required in the bottom portion of the specific form rules area. Now that we set our rule, let's go ahead and save it by clicking on the Update Rule button towards the bottom of the page. Please note that if you ever want to set the rules back for a particular form to the system default, you can do so by clicking on the Reset button on top of the page. Congratulations, you are now done reviewing the forms area.